Alright, welcome to Ivanka Learning Center. This is your teacher Yves Alexis. So, je vais vous parler de expression idiomatique. Donc, pour que ça expression idiomatique est important, c'est parce que y a une possibilité de parler comme si ou parler anglais comme si c'était petit t à côté. Donc, c'est ça qui fait les bons pour qu'on ait des expressions idiomatiques. Excepté que lorsque vous entendez mots, pas jamais essayer de prendre le mot à mot et pour avoir une propre définition par non. Donc, les bons pour qu'on ait exactement. Okay? So, again, idiomatic expressions are very good. They really help you to speak like a native speaker, right? So that's what we got. So today we're going to touch on 10 idiomatic expressions. You know, they use them very, very often, and it's good for you to know those idiomatic expressions. So we have, the first one is abandon ship. Okay, so that one is by definition, it's to exit a collapsing organization before it implodes, right? So, ou abandonner avant que l'organisation fait faillite ou get un jeto, okay? Like for instance, with warning signs flashing, okay, investors begin to abandon ship, all right? So that's a sentence, okay? Puisque il y a des signes qui montrent que l'organisation fait faillite, donc investisseurs sont jetés, okay? So with warning signs flashing, investors begin to abandon ship. Alright, so l'autre mot qui est utilisé pour traduire tout, même genre avec abandon ship, ou capable de dire tout abandoning a sinking ship, okay, or jumping ship, okay, or walking away from a lost cause, right? You walk away from that lost cause, or cutting ties with a crumbling system, okay? You cut ties, alright? Or withdrawing from a collapsing venture. All of those expressions have pretty much the same definition as abandon ship. So the second one is to be with an ace of something. So, ça lui-même, ça veut dire que lorsque vous arrivez close pour gagner un bagage, okay? So, it's very close, by a very narrow margin, right? To be very close to achieving, okay, or experiencing something, all right? So, the team was with an ace of victory, okay? So, l'équipe la marqué gain, on est very close, all right? So, to be with an ace of something. All right, you come very close to achieving it. So that would be the second one. So the third one is 9 to 5. That one is used very often. This is a typical full-time job with standard working hours, okay? 9 to 5. Jean-El dit 9 to 5. Ça veut dire que vous commencez à 9h, vous finissez à 5h. So that's a 9 to 5 job. Okay, and the next one is a bad apple. A bad apple is when a person can actually negatively influence other people. Okay, so you don't want a bad apple around you. So expression ça vient à partir de les qu'on dit comme ça, un mauvais orange capable pourrir toutes les autres oranges qui dans panier. So et même j'entends un mauvais pomme ou mettez dans un bon côté pomme qui bon est capable de gâter l'autre pomme. So that's called a bad apple. Okay, you can negatively influence others. So that's a bad apple. Okay, all right. So the next one is hold all the aces. Okay, when you say to hold all the aces, what it means is it means to be in a position of complete advantage or complete control. Okay. You have complete control of the situation. You have the ability to dictate the outcome of that situation. So you are in complete control. So if you're in complete control, that means you hold all the aces, okay? So that is a very nice expression. So the next one is to have an ace up one sleeve. So that once you can capable remplacer par a mine or your or his, right? So to have an ace up my sleeve, Okay, it means that I possess a hidden advantage or resource that can be revealed at a very strategic moment, which will later on give me an upper hand. Okay, so you possess a hidden advantage. Ok, donc comme si m'da dit ou tant que les dit en créole ou dernier coup de carte qu'on serré, ok, et puis qui vient en avantage. That means you have an ace up your sleeve. Okay, so that's very important. So the next one is a ballpark figure. So that's an estimated value or quantity or number that is not precise. Okay, when you said a ballpark figure, that one used very, very often. So okay, if you ask for if you ask how much this thing cost and the person doesn't seem to know the exact price, well, just give me the ballpark figure. Okay, give me the ballpark figure of how much the trip will cost. Okay, just a ballpark figure. Juste une estimation. Okay, and then the next one is doubting Thomas. That is a person who doubts everything. He needs concrete evidence before accepting something as true. That's a doubting Thomas. Et ça aurait que moun sa c'est un Saint Thomas c'est quand on le croit. Okay, that's where that expression actually came from. A doubting Thomas. Okay, and then the next one is a hard nut to crack. When you said it's a hard nut to crack, that's a complex or challenging individual or situation. Okay, so it's very hard to comprehend. It's very hard to resolve or navigate that, through that situation. That's a very hard nut to crack. Okay, like solving a math equation was a very hard nut to crack. Okay, and then the next one is to get a kick out of. To get a kick out of something is to enjoy something. It's to find something very amusing or entertaining. Okay, so I got a kick out of teaching. Okay, I find teaching very amusing, and so I do. I get a kick out of comedy, for instance. I like people who trying to entertain others, who trying to make people laugh. So I get a kick out of it. So these are the 10 idiomatic expressions that I wanted to share with you. But again, so on the next video you'll have more. But keep on watching and keep on sharing. Until then, see you next time.